Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1598. I'm your host Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, again, I can really use it right now. Or yeah, I'm gonna be very broke very soon. So please support me, specifically through the PayPal would be great. Thank you very much. Right, so the weather today is nice. It's a bit warmer, less clouded, but there's still plenty of clouds around, and it's been kind of sunny, also a bit windy. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice day. Yesterday it has been raining here and there, but today it looks like it's not going to be one of those types of days. So yeah, clouded, and I'm still in my t-shirt here. Huh. Hello, Dank, first in chat, good to see you. Tarot306, Richard G, good to see you all. It is Friday, the 12th of May 2023. There's gotta be a better way to say 12th. I mean, that's like an impossible to pronounce word. But I keep stumbling on it every freaking month. Right. Anyhow, how are you guys doing? I'm a little late. And yeah, it was actually kind of a late night last night again by accident, although not as late as the day before, so I feel yeah, I don't feel as wonky as I did yesterday, so I'm fine. Might have something to do with that I ate really well. It's like, even when I stay up a little late, don't sleep really all that much. If I just eat really well, then usually I don't have a problem then, after all. Anyway, gonna be a hot day today. Okay, awesome. Hello, the classical homeopath. English pronunciation is just absolutely crazy. I think that like a lot of people just bypass it by just saying May 12. But technically it would be 12th. And I'd like to see somebody pronounce that without like breaking their tongue. That would be interesting. How do you pronounce calcium? Calcium. I mean, that's not difficult. Hello, Duper Poons. We can't know if the Earth is flat or a globe because we can't see the whole Earth. Yeah, no. There's certain geometric implications, duper. I mean, we can't know the full geometric dimensions, you could say, of the entire realm because we don't know the entire realm. But there are certain aspects of it that we can definitely be certain of. Right? Like the geometric orientation of the Earth's surface. Every piece of Earth's surface in relation to every other piece of Earth's surface. That's very much flat. Right? You're getting there. Wow. Okay, well, don't get your hopes up, Tarot. I mean, he's been at it for months now, and I don't know if he's ever gonna get there. This is. Hello, Moxie. Like calcium. Yeah. Right. Anyway, yesterday the show was fun. Yesterday I enjoyed like talking about plants and all that. It really actually made me feel really good. I like doing that. So I'm gonna haul in another little plant that I got. It's like the one that I wanted to top it off with, the 4th pot plant. Let me get it. And it's parsley. Haha, look at that. And it is enjoying it. I put a piece of plastic around it because, well, it tends to like fall to the side and then take up much more space, which I don't exactly have right now at the kitchen. Don't have too much space in front of the window. So yeah, I just kept this plastic thing around it. But yeah, I love these plants, and I ate this because yeah, I had some garlic sauce yesterday with my chipolata sausages. And yeah, there's nothing better than like fresh garlic sauce with fresh oregano from the other plant and fresh parsley. I mean, that's just amazing. Hey, Flatter Sage, good to see you. Raichi 00000. Oh, you're not. You ate too much. Ow. Aw. Oh yeah, don't eat too much. Although, yeah, it all depends though. Like, I very rarely eat too much. And then usually I kind of like eat a little bit too little. And then at some point I'll eat a little bit too much, but because I ate too little all the time before that, it's like, oh, finally. I mean, I can handle a pretty big meal. I used to stuff myself like crazy when I was little. So always eat too much. My dad also had that issue. But we wouldn't get fat. We just get stuffed. Anyway. Right? Like what QE always says. Hey Zane Solo, good to see you. Alright, anyway, yeah, parsley plant. I love this thing. They're enjoying being repotted very quickly. So the other ones are doing really great. I'm not gonna haul these pots up to the camera every single day, by the way. It's astounding to me, by the way, how much water basil actually consumes. I think every time, like, yeah, oh, this one's gonna go straight through. It's just way too big, way too much water, and then it's just like, no, it just completely absorbed it all. And I can do it again. And then another time, and then maybe the water will start to come through. That thing just sucks up water like a sponge every time. Yesterday's berry talk was funny. Yeah. No, I liked it. Can't tell if that's curly parsley. Flat. It's curly parsley. It's just a classic parsley. It's funny, by the way, because the guy at the store that handles the little herb plants actually brought that up about curly parsley. I'd never heard of that before, but apparently the standard parsley typically is curly parsley. So I happen to know that. Just like learning yesterday how all these fruits that we think of just as fruits turn out to be of the berry class. Wasn't that just silly? Something you can learn every day. Parsley sauce is nice. Yeah, Rachie. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is amazing. You can, like, I mean, a lot of people like garlic sauce or whatever, right? And they'll settle for like some tube you get in the grocery store. It's like, oh yeah, garlic sauce. That is just shit. That's shit compared to what you can make yourself if you make it all fresh. And it's a little bit of work, but oh my god, is it worth it. Right? So what you basically have is a little bowl. Take some garlic, you squeeze it freshly, all organic if possible, right? Freshly squeezed garlic. Then you take a bit of oregano, fresh leaves, you cut them to very, very tiny little strips or little blocks or however you want to do that. I do little strips. I kind of like take a bunch of leaves, roll them up into like a leafy sausage, and then like cut it very, very thin, like great. Put it on top of the garlic and parsley, like with the stem. It's kind of juicy. It's all good, right? Cut it up as small as you can, usually like 1 to 2 millimeter cuts. And then you add mayonnaise, plenty of mayonnaise. Whatever type you like. I like the regular mayonnaise with egg. Made with eggs. I can't imagine how great it would be if you like made your own mayonnaise and you actually knew what you were doing. Because it's tough to make a good balanced tasting mayonnaise. Let's be fair. It's really tough to find a good mayonnaise. There's many ways to screw up how mayonnaise tastes. Right. But if you do that good, you have that sauce, dude, you'll never even want to smell garlic sauce in a tube ever again after that. Trust me on this. It's so good. You just like have like that sauce with a barbecue or something. It's amazing, right? Another great barbecue sauce, by the way, that doesn't have herbs in it, living herbs in it, is just like mayonnaise, a bit of ketchup, and then ginger syrup in there. Great barbecue sauce. If you make it yourself, it's usually like better than any prefab sauce, right? Because you can balance like the amount of ginger it has in it. You have to like balance it. You have to find a trick to balance that amount very carefully. It's not too sweet. Great for a barbecue. It's nice, but not the light active. Yeah. No, dude, mayonnaise. It is about the fat. If you're like, I want mayonnaise without fat, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? The fat is the best part about it. Yeah, mayonnaise light, ridiculous. I never touch the stuff. A clutch. Do I put it on fries? Well, mayonnaise. But I wouldn't use like garlic sauce with fries. That's just weird. Doesn't really fit. It's really great like with I don't know, you could get it with steak or with like barbecued sausages or something like that. But I mean, with fries, no, I just usually do mayonnaise, and I like the French fries with war setup, which includes satay sauce and sliced onions, little onion blocks, together with mayonnaise. So you have like the satay, mayonnaise, and the onions. That's the way I like my fries these days. Mint sauce? What? No. No, I like mint tea and mint toothpaste. I don't like mint sauce. Do you know what makes the sun move? Duper, we don't even know what the sun is. As far as I'm concerned, what we see, that supposed disk we see, that's an effect. That's not a thing, it's an effect. It's like a hologram effect. And when you try to stare at it, like the holographic nature already becomes kind of apparent. I mean, you can't really compare it to any other type of bright light that we could make here on Earth. And there can be some insanely bright lights, and they can definitely damage your eyes, etc., right? But nothing is like trying to stare at the sun. That weird, it's like space itself starts to fold inside out, and you just see this hole that's just warped. I mean, there is nothing in the world that looks like that gives light when you look at it. Nothing. Okay? So we don't know what the hell the sun is. As far as I'm concerned, it's an effect and not a cause-based thing. Anyway. And what it moves, dude. I mean, what makes the stars move? What makes any of it move? I don't know. Right? But I mean, it's very little use to start pondering upon what causes it to move when we don't even know what causes it to manifest. Let's start with, hey, how does it manifest? And hey, if we figure out like, oh, you do some magnetic thingy majig, and I have no idea, I'm completely improvising. And then it's like, oh yeah, oh, we got the magnetic field straight, and look, the stars are appearing on it now visually on the outside, and hey, if you turn the thing, then it turns, and it's like the whole thing turns, and even the sun and the moon and all that starts moving within it or something. It's pure science fiction at this point, right? The point is, we don't know how the hell those lights manifest, so it's absolutely pointless on trying to figure out what causes them to move, right? Anyway. Used to be more yellow. Yeah, well, those people just don't know what the fuck they're saying. Sun definitely did not used to be more yellow. What you could say, however, is that actually a lot of pollutants have cleared up, sky pollutants. Like, in industry, there's a lot less venting off of smoke type situations, which would on average cause the sun to distort less when you look through all that, right? It's just like, oh, yeah, I got this red sun at the horizon. Yeah, that's because there's an industry terrain right there. And you pump out all these gases. So I think it's probably because the overall air pollution has drastically decreased in the last 80 years, 100 years, who knows how bad it used to be. And that's just causing the sun to be more pure white. Right? What the hell are you guys talking about? Garam? Spicy powder? Some people used to not wear sunglasses. That's hilarious. LSG. Hello. Hey, Seeking Starwater. In the 60s, the sun was very yellow. Well, isn't the 60s an era where there was a whole, basically, chemical industry revolution? All these new plastics and... weren't they just basically pumping out a whole bunch of gases? I mean, seriously, I really think that if you're like, oh, the sun is always colored like this. Well, yeah. Look at the industry. What is it pumping into the air? It's gonna have some influence. In rural North Dakota. Maybe no, there is no global warming. Do harpoons, you dummy. Like, why the hell would the sun color change because of that anyway? Doesn't make any sense. No. Two sun theory. That's just stupid. Is it ethanol? Okay, blue pill devolution. Well, ethanol is basically alcohol. maybe the sun itself has gone through some sort of change. Well, we don't know what the sun is, right? And the sun goes through changes every season. Yeah, it's like from one day to another. Click, another type of sunlight output. But as to like, oh, in this period of time the sun is colored like this, well, I immediately like check the industries. Like, what are they doing? Or what typical problems have been resolved since then, pollution-wise? Because there was a lot of pollution shit rolling out with all the new industrial developments, like basically all throughout the 20th century. And then every time it's like, oh, we got this new problem that it seems to be causing. Okay, let's fix that. And then something else. Oh, new industry. Oh, whoa. And then, oh, it turns out that it has this kind of garbage effect. Oh, okay, let's try to solve that. And that just keeps happening and happening all throughout the 20th century. No, it's no Mandela effect. Mandela effect is purely psychological, duperpoons. But, I mean, if it would be the Mandela effect, why the yellow would be sun? Well, that would have to then be based, very weird enough, on the cameras of the time making the sun look yellow, causing, even though it might have not been, causing like all the movies to have yellow suns, and then people just remembering all the yellow suns from the movie. I mean, that's what would have had to happen if the sun being yellow in the 60s would be the Mandela effect. So, it already sounds like a bit of a clusterfuck of assumptions, if you know what I mean. Shut up, Jared. Hairspray sun. Yeah, that was the 80s. But that's also because it don't forget, Hairspray got really popular in the 80s. There was Hairspray before that time. It just got really popular in the 80s. And there's a lot of garbage in there too, by the way. Ugh. I mean, I bet you, I don't know, I haven't like looked up any stats, but I can tell you, I have a strong suspicion that a lot of those ladies that had massive amount of hairspray all the time, they probably have diseases now. I mean, because that's just like toxic crap. The chemical crap they're continually exposing themselves to. I mean, that's gonna leave a mark. Guaranteed. Okay, Terry. Yeah, that's not really funny, Terry. Wheels at foreheads. What? Terry, why are you doing that? It's not funny. It's not funny to play into somebody's retardation like that. Don't do that in my chat. I mean, the information of the world is already confusing enough as it is, without you like putting jokes about it in there in between. How long is it entertaining? I don't know. I don't know why you find that entertaining. I don't find that entertaining. Right? I mean, Duper, to me, kind of obviously has a delusion problem. Where that's obviously because he can't face reality. It's usually the cause of it. So you shouldn't then just play into that like that. Okay? I mean, the man obviously is in need of psychological counsel by his behavior. It's probably what he came at the flat earth for. Because he needs help. So don't play with him like he's a pet or something, please. You're better than that. Block poons. Yeah, okay. I don't blame you, Blue Pill Evolution. I haven't banned it, because he's not nasty. He's just really freaking thick and delusional. It's what I said in the earliest times. Yeah, he gets on people's nerves because he's so dumb. He really is. Right? That doesn't mean that he is dumb on purpose to annoy you. It's just, you gotta reconcile, there are people out there that are just that dumb. And they have a problem. Because they don't know how to steer their boat properly. The boat of their mind. No, he's not. Of course he's trolling. Darren. No, you're just being extremely negative. Yeah? It's just because you can't imagine with your brain that somebody might be doing that. So you're automatically assuming, oh, they're just as smart as me and they're just pretending to be dumb just to be nasty. Yeah. No, you're just wrong. Like a retarded chihuahua. Yeah. That's how it feels like to me. Seeking Star Water. So, just like, he's kind of stupid. Don't try to find something malevolent about it. It's just no point. Hey, is it you're new here? My opinion on the Moxie? Moxie's a bit of a bastard. I don't really trust him. He's sort of on the level as Cleary, if you know what I mean. Except Cleary has been around for like 8 years. Everybody knows Cleary. We don't really know Moxie that much. He's not been around that long. But I kind of put him in the same category. It's like, I don't trust him. But he can be fun to be around, and other times he can be a really nasty bastard. That's why he's not getting a wrench. Oh, I did give him one time, but I mean, took it away. Because, yeah, you like to hang around with complete nasty ass scumbags in chats that slander and like really nasty, and then you're like, haha, this is so much fun. Yeah, because you're fucked up, Moxie. You're fucked up. And you're not doing anything about that. Yeah, I know Zane Solo. As I said, he's a bit of a bastard. So, hey, he wants to play popular with the scumbags out there. That's on your record now. That's right. Guy is literally yeah, he is, Tarot. He is literally dumb. And his comments, a lot of it are copy-paste shit. I mean, he's not constructing a lot of that from scratch in his mind, okay? I don't know if you just read all his stuff. Just read everything he says and then read how he's saying it, and you'll find out he's not exactly good at interactively constructing complex thoughts. Yeah? He's just kind of scraping things together, like copying it from out. But he's not really in full cognition of the things that come out of him, because he's thick. Yeah, and thick people that can barely talk, can copy information too from other sources. And they just copy it. That doesn't make them as smart as the person that originally wrote down that thought. You gotta keep that apart. You gotta just look at the overall application structure, not at the quality of one piece of information. Anyway, super poons, right? That's what I'm talking about. Permanent record. Yeah, indeed. Permanent record in our minds and our hearts. It's the record that tells us how you are, Moxie. So you can laugh about it. It's not a laughing matter, though, right? What is a Sufi? Oh, that's interesting. A Sufi is a branch of Islam. I know very little about it. I just remember that I used to be very interested in it, like in my teens, and so was my mother. So we were like, if Islam is gonna be of major influence in the rest of our lives, like not because direct personal contact, but just because of how the world is changing, and then we were like, yeah, Sufis. Because they're kind of esoteric? Right. So yeah, I know at this very moment know very little about Sufis, but I do know that what I've heard back then made me think that's the part of Islam that I really like. That's more close to my heart. Right, but I've not actually read anything or something, right? It's all through other people. Hearing about it through other people. Yeah, you have the Sunni and the Shiites. But you do also have Sufis. Right, but by the way, Sufis, like, they're not really appreciated by the rest of Islam usually, because it's just like, you're not adapting to our ways type of thing. So I don't think there are not even that many Sufis around compared to the other two. A higher level? Right. Well, it's a more, esoteric. It's just more into spiritual mechanics, into the actual priestly part of it. Well, a lot of Islam really is so very practical, right? It's all about just a practical way to live, practical way to arrange things. How do you do things? What's the order of things, of these actions that you do every day, right? That's what a lot of Islam is about. And Sufism is more spiritual. It's more about thinking. and about feeling and just like what does it mean and what, yeah. It's more philosophical oriented and less pragmatic oriented as the others. Oh, okay, tarot. That sounds interesting. Sufi saint Raja Muenuddin Christi. What a name. Oh yeah, Sufi dancing, that's right. I almost forgot. Yeah. They also, the whirling dervish tradition is also Sufi, right? Dangers of pseudo-Sufis. Huh. What? Pseudo-Sufis. What does that mean? Sounds typically like grabblers, Zane Solo. So there are dangers among the Sufis of grabblers getting in there. That does not surprise me one bit. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Just kidding. Oh, Jesus. Learning about other cultures. Yeah, well, there's a lot to learn about it. It's kind of funny because... Who was I talking with that? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go dig back in the past because it's been years now, but I used to have this transsexual friend from the Gothic scene, older, who I just really like talking with, especially over the phone. But then it's like flat Earth and Putin, my opinions about that, and she just didn't want to deal with me anymore. Originally born a he, transitioned like in the 80s, so... and yeah, she had regrets about that. Right, anyway, but we used to talk about religion too, and Sufis was a thing. It's like something that she also was interested in, because she's like a librarian, literally a librarian, and interested in ancient cultures and religions and all that. And she was also like, yeah, Sufis. More interesting. More promising. Also more liberal, I guess, in a way. Sounds like Jesuits? No. But the thing is, a true Sufi will never disclose he's a... That sounds hipsterish. But that's hilarious. I mean, I might turn out to be an actual Sufi. But if I am, I'm never gonna tell you. You'll just have to guess. I mean, I am overall pretty pro-Islam, I think. So I don't know, maybe I am one, and I'm just so hardcore Sufi that I don't even know that I'm one. Yeah? So I might be a crypto Sufi. Who knows? Okay, it's getting a little silly here, so don't take it too serious. Yeah, so undercover, it's like I'm an MK Ultra Sufi. I've been secretly programmed to be a Sufi, but not realizing it. Mukbara? I know Mukbara. I've heard of that before. A single silence Sufi sleeper cell. That's a mouthful, LSG. Hilarious. Witsit changed his tune a little on Flatside. Oh, really? I didn't notice he was on there. But was it live though? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention too much. It was messy. I couldn't tell when Flatsoid was actually just talking and when he was playing a video of himself talking. It's kind of confusing. Say that 3 times fast. What? A single silent Sufi sleeper cell, single silent Sufi sleeper cell, single silent Sufi sleeper cell? It's not that difficult. He came on near the end. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, he's getting some heat from all sides. I mean, his bizarre display has definitely been taken notice of. Reichi had a video about it. Some other people. Did anybody watch Eric Dubé's video about acceleration upwards? I wish I should have watched it. I forgot. We might trade it on the FED. But I don't know exactly what his standpoint is. I mean, it's obviously that the Earth is stationary, and I don't know if he got it the way that I got it. I mean, hey, I did an item about this a week ago. You did? What was it like? Did he get it right? Did he understand the axial shift of the moving mediums? Or did he, of course, not watch any of that, and then he fall back to other nonsense arguments that other people have been giving, like, oh, it's moving, it's not actually working, blah 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 blah. Bullshit. Excuse bullshit. It's just like Tony yesterday bringing up out of nowhere, like, oh yeah, direction is relative, up and down. Fuck you. No more of those retard arguments. It's so stupid. Right? Don't do that anymore. It's not fucking relative. There's an up and a down, and it's just that way it is. That's just what it is. It's definitely up and down. It's definitely universal. It's not fucking relative to anything. It's not because we just happen to be orientated that way. It's just bullshit. It's up and down. There is an up and a down, proving a density axis in a stationary setting, and that's just fact. Anyway. You did a good job? Okay. Can you be more specific? Did a video rebuttal, did you? Oh, okay. Reichi. Hello, Supreme Knowing. Good to see you. How would a seismograph? Well, you can never know. It's like, how would it work in a not upward moving Earth? Right? I mean, the point, it's entirely pointless. The conception of trying to prove or disprove the Earth accelerating up is completely pointless. And I've tried to warn everybody about that in my videos about it, addressing it a week ago, right? It's up to you to take it serious or just ignore it. That's the way it is, so don't question it. What? Okay, well, that's my point too. I mean, yeah, stationary setting is when you go with the math just as if the Earth is accelerating up, except you can never actually physically prove it is accelerating up. It's completely pointless to pursue that. But if you assume that, then as soon as you start moving mediums around within the stationary realm, you will find that that will cause like compounded axial shift of the density ratio within the moving medium. And that's just a fact. Advanced relative density. That's what that is. So, right? Medium within a medium within a medium. I could go through it again. Don't know if you guys really need that. I mean, I went through it 3 days in a row. You can't prove it's... Yeah. You can't prove it isn't stationary either. Right? We can't very manipulate the entire realm. So, again, it's pointless. But it is very logical to assume that it is stationary, right? Like, there's no point in us pondering upon whether it is stationary or not. I mean, nothing's going to change. It's still going to do whatever it's doing, whether it's stationary or moving, and we're never going to be in the place that it would be moving in. That's a fact. So it's just no point wondering about it, right? Besides, the only reason we even have like the idea of it accelerating up is because of the standard density scenario within the stationary realm. The vertical axis, the amount of apparent force. And then, oh, you add some other force because of a moving medium. Oh yeah, now the axis shifts, just like the force mechanism, compounded forces. That's what it is. It's not science, right? Advanced relative density theory is not science. I shouldn't call it theory. It's not science. But it is based on science, relative density science. Been very clear about that, and I'm gonna stick to that position. Yeah, but that's station. Yeah, but that's another type of stationary, right? That's like, is the dirt moving within the realm, right? Separate from the realm. That's another type of movement and stationary, right? That's the globe Earth assumption that it is a ball of dirt and that is moving within Euclidean space, right? But when I say, oh, the realm is accelerating upward, that's not the dirt moving within the realm. That's literally the entire realm, space and container and all, accelerating upward. And there's no way to tell, because you can't separate it. If you could be separate from the realm, in order to figure out whether it is moving in relation to anything else, then it could never exist because it has to be perfectly closed. If it is actually accelerating upward infinitely, it's into what? Is anything there? It must be perfectly closed. If it wasn't, this couldn't exist. It would blow up. It would leak. It would blow up. I don't know. That's why it's completely... You can only like have weird dream wandering about it. There's no way to prove it. Ever. Ever. Forever. Nobody in history will ever prove it. Scientifically. Ever. I guarantee it. Arwinian guarantee. Nobody will ever prove whether the Earth realm, the entire realm, the contained realm, gas and all, whether it is accelerating upward or whether it is perfectly stationary. We will never be able to physically prove that. Nobody, no human being throughout history. We might speculate about it. Nobody can ever prove it. Yeah, right. Never to be moved. Yeah. Right. But yeah, that is like in relation to the stars, right? So you have just like I'm so terrible with these names. The guy that basically used like parallax or something, telescope in water, to prove that it isn't the Earth moving underneath the stars, but that is the stars moving over the Earth. That's one of those tests to prove that the Earth is stationary in relation, that the dirt you're standing on is stationary in relation to the stars. That is what that proves, right? Doesn't say anything about the entire realm, and shouldn't, because it's pointless. You are always stationary relative to you? Okay. Accelerometer. They show yeah, well, I guess that an accelerometer would be that thing, right? It would measure as if we're accelerating up, and then, oh, you're moving, you're accelerating sidewards. Oh, well, then the axis is changing. I mean, yeah, that's all it's doing. Doesn't prove anything. It's a man-made device. Right, natural accelerometer. Right, the point is, just because you can think of something and it will work out mathematically, that means you should avoid assuming that into a reified version of it about reality at all cost. Is that clear? If some math points to something pretty dramatic, then you should avoid reifying that into literal reality at all cost. Every time that happens. Because you know what that is? That's an aberration staring you right in the face. Highly suggestible, but you can never prove it. Are you going to reify that? Are you going to enter the delusion? Because that's what that is, Reichi. I know you're very vulnerable to aberrations because every time you bump into one, you always dip your toes in it and almost drown. Ever since we bumped into you here on the internet, that's what we've noticed. Not just me. You're kind of like Tony that way, Sleeping Warrior, except kind of worse. Well, no, not worse. Pretty much on the same level. So be careful. Be careful not to reify these highly suggestible aberrations you bump into. It's not good. It's confusing. It's confusing to everybody. If somebody's going to reify that, a finding like that, into being literal, it's very confusing. Don't do that. Yeah, no, Reichi, it isn't natural. You don't understand science. You need to watch QE's videos about the scientific method again. You're wrong. Let me just state it to you straight out. You're wrong. And your vantage point in thinking here is incorrect. It's not open-minded, it's incorrect. It's incorrect. And you need to deal with that, Reichi. If you can't understand why your train of thought here is incorrect, you got a problem. Because then you don't understand what it is that you are doing. Yeah, you're staring an aberration in the face. It's highly suggestible. All it wants is for you to go over that boundary and start reifying that which you cannot physically prove. And now you're with Satan. Now you are delusional. Don't do that. Yeah, that's very cute. A natural accelerometer doesn't exist. An accelerometer does exist. It's called a man-made device. And yeah, you can show all these things. It's really cool. Yeah, and it will probably reveal, oh look, that just shows that the Earth is accelerating up because it's registering upward acceleration. Yeah. Isn't that cute? Yeah, you can never prove that. And if you're going to reify it, you are being wrong. And you're feeding an aberration. What the hell is that? Wondering your thoughts on it? Yeah. Well, I gave it to you. Be careful. Don't do that. Don't follow aberrations. Yeah. All individuals that do run into problems, they become obsessive and possessed. Like Bob Nodell did. And like Witsit obvious is, right? With this ether aberration. Which the ether aberration is like a total mutant at this point. It's not even a basic aberration anymore. It's a mutant. That's what's going to happen once you start reifying, and then you want to connect all the reifications together, right? And before you know it, you have a globe model. And I'm not even joking. You're going to have the same type of structure as what the globe model is, yeah? A clusterfuck of aberrations and misconceptions, all reified. And that's what it does. That's what aberrations do when you latch onto them. That's why you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't allow yourself to reify such things. One uses. Okay, Supreme. No, yeah, the gyro thing was just stupid. Like really dumb, pathetic, petty. He should have known. Like, yeah, if it's deviating, it means it's broken. That's all that means. Gyroscopes don't deviate. If they do, in a stationary setting, they're broken. Like, that's literally like in the instruction manual. It's completely idiotic that ever got out. That he didn't. That he just left it there. Was it his gyro? I don't know. I don't know what gyro it was. But the point is, if a gyroscope deviates, it's broken. Yeah, because gyros are not supposed to deviate. What the hell are you supposed to do with them if they deviate? Right? How can you use them then in industry? You can't. Because they're a useful device because they don't deviate. Yeah? So if there is like, oh, yeah, if the gyroscope drifts in any amount, then contact the supplier, and yeah, that means it's broken. I mean, that's what it is. Morley's? Must have been Mickelson Morley? I don't know what you're talking about. But if it's based on a gyroscope claim, then yes. Absolutely yes. Or he was a straight out fraud. I mean, there's two options. Either you're a fraud and you know gyroscopes are not supposed to deviate, or you're just really thick and you didn't even know. You got a broken gyroscope and you just immediately think that that's all gyroscopes. So either you're a fraud or you're really fucking dumb. You choose. Gave it to him broken. Yeah, Richard G. But I think that he could have actually been just doing it on purpose. I mean, I got the feeling that Bob was like a true religious fanatic when it came to the ether, and he like insisted on proving it. Like, even if it was based on nonsense. What? The fuck? LSG? What? Why do you bring that up? What? Anyhow, hope you guys are all enjoying the show. I'm doing great. Oh, weather's great. The only problem now is financial. And I really do have a problem, guys. I really need support. I'm gonna be in trouble if I don't get some support soon. So if you enjoy doing these shows with me every day, then please make sure that I can keep doing them. That would be great. Trump did a tweet. Flat Earth. Really? That's hilarious. I didn't even know he did that in 2014 already. Huh. Right around the time he campaigned. When he went on the... No. Right, yeah, separate. I mean, he didn't say that on the Alex Jones show for sure. That would be extremely bizarre. Can you imagine, like, Trump getting on Alex Jones and then to his face to Alex, like, oh, we're going to the stars and no, we just want to... And then Trump's like, yeah, the earth is flat. And Alex be like, what? Can you imagine that? Holy shit, that would be so freaky. Yes, Richard G. Now, Alex Jones hates Flat Earth. He thinks he is like a genuine baltard. He doesn't allow himself to learn things about it. He lets other people talk about it, like, or he lets people have shows about it. He even had Owen Benjamin on, Forbidden David Weiss and all that. And then he just doesn't watch it. He just ignores it. Like, he really doesn't care. He's not gonna believe it. He's made up his mind about space being real and the Earth being a ball, and he doesn't care. And there's more things like that. I mean, talks about nuclear war and all that all the time. Even like, oh, radiation danger. Like, he goes full way. But then he literally has a guest on that's highly revered, General Flynn, that in a live situation with Alex there, he tells everybody, yeah, nukes are actually not real. Okay? Alex just ignores it. It doesn't register it. Andrew Tate, oh my god. I don't give a fuck what Andrew Tate's supposed to be. That guy's supposed to be a Muslim. Dude, fuck that. I don't think he's anything. He's something that I don't want to associate with in any way. That's what he is to me. Do you think Alex Jones could? No. He might occasionally, just because he has anxiety about something. But no. Yeah, Jared, he blabbers on about a whole bunch of things and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, that man is like a chain gun reification guy. That's the man who's bullshitting his way through life. Yeah, so let's not talk about him. How about that? Huh? Right, we got roughly 15 more minutes. So yeah. Share the show always, of course. I can use more followers, more subscribers. In the sense that more participants. I'd love that. And more support. Because it's cool to have you guys around, but if you can't actually support me to keep me going, it would be great if other people would also find their way to my channel so that I can keep going. Because despite it being cool and nice and a good flow and all that, that's awesome, right? But I mean, I do actually need support. Or that awesome flow and all that is just gonna get cut off at one point, and then it's done. Then I'm like going to completely do something else with my life. So it's up to you guys. You want Arwin to stay around and keep doing this? Well, I really do need support then. Somehow. And if you can't afford it, maybe you can find people that can. Yeah, blue pill, devolution, I know. It's been a rough winter overall, so I get it. Blue pill devotion. Yeah, that's a, gives it a big twist. Yeah, Raichi, I know. That's part of the reason why I do actually need support. Well, I needed it before that even still, but overall I just need support to get around. I have a pretty balanced life. It's been pretty good despite like the extra cost because I did get support here and there. And I've been able to manage. It's just like I'm really running in a dead halt now, as in flexibility. I got a bill. It's literally telling me like you gotta pay this $120 or 20 euros the 20th, or you got a really big problem. Then I'm gonna get like some fine, which is gonna be pretty big. And yeah, I hope I'm going to have that money the 20th or the 90th. Because usually my money comes in like the 21st or something. So I might have a big problem after all. Right? Because I've been building debt. I've been telling you guys I don't get around. So I've been holding back on my medical costs, basically, medical insurance. They've been withholding money from them, and they seem to be relatively tolerant with it. You can basically like hold it off for three or 4 months. But I mean, I've built up debt just to be able to get by, and that's worked. But now I'm literally at a dead halt. Like, there's no more flexibility left. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's reality, though. What's even more ridiculous is that I never fucking even use it. Right, anyhow. If anybody could please help me out financially, that would be great. I think I've been doing some great shows. I'm getting out of my instability. Yeah, by the way, I'm basically not unstable anymore. Can you guys, do you notice? Hello, Steamy Traveler. But are you noticing it from me? Like, I don't seem to be unstable at all anymore. Emotionally. Glad of it. God, because that's like, that's seriously a nightmare when I'm like that. But I feel like the instability is just completely gone. But I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean that I can't feel anxious about financial problems, though. But it's not gonna turn me crazy or something. It's just like not very pleasant. Right. What am I gonna call this show? We've been talking about a whole rock wind. Okay. What am I gonna name this? Yeah, episode 1600 is gonna be on a Sunday, by the way. Don't have anything particularly special in mind for that. But it is a milestone. My titles are really good, thanks. Sometimes they are. It's just really tough to summarize things properly at times. Secret Sufi cell. Oh yeah. That's hilarious. Crypto soon. Oh yeah. No, Secret Sufi. I'll just call it Secret Sufism. That sounds kind of mysterious. I'm not gonna call it a cell. That's no. That implies a little bit too much. 1590s. What? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it Herb Update Secret Sufism and Density Axis Debate Finalized. Right. Right, that's too simple. That's very funny. At least it fits. The title is confusing. Yeah, good. Make you think. PayPal? Ooh. Hello, skeptic. I will check that right now. Ah, yeah, thank you very much. Skep was here. Yeah, thank you for the support. That's really helpful. 16 bucks. I mean, that will get me through the weekend probably. So thank you very much for the support. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna round out the show. Nathan was feeling a little sickly today. He had some ear issues, so he said he was gonna have a short stream. But yeah. He just opened the Google panel, so it's probably didn't really have a pre-show either. We'll see what it amounts to, but yeah, FED Friday show will begin in like 4 minutes. So I'm rounding out. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogans it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. Though I tend to start a little late, but yeah. Anyhow, please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated. And thank you, Skeptic, for the support. I could really use more support out there, though. But, I mean, at least it's something. I really appreciate that. I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1599 on a Saturday. And I'm going to join the Flat Earth debates over at Nathan Oakley 1980 channel, which should start up any minute. Hope to see you there in the chat, and until the next video, keep it flat and enjoy the spring.